Hi, it's good to talk with you about Micah Challenge next year. 2010 is fast approaching, 10 years after nations around the world committed to halve global poverty by 2015. A massive promise that Christians should shout about because it matches up with biblical truth and aligns with God's heart. We should be eager to cry out on behalf of the poor. In 2010, we want to remember our promise to the billion people who go hungry every day and remind politicians that together we can actually change people's lives. In 2010, government leaders will meet in a summit to see how much progress has been made in meeting the Millennium Development Goals and how much effort is still needed. We want to speak out to encourage concerted effort so that in 2015, when the goals end, we can be proud of all that has been achieved. Next year, we can be part of a global moment of action, Micah 2010. 10 years after the Millennium Development Goals were agreed, we want to be prophets calling the church to action. So, on October 10, 2010, imagine 100 million people praying about poverty and God's heart for justice, praying for forgiveness that, in our self-interest, we could have neglected the poor, praying that we can bring God's hope. And then imagine 10 million Christians around the world in a church in rural France, a mega church in Nairobi, or a suburban church in Liverpool, standing together, recommitting ourselves to the pursuit of justice and encouraging action from our leaders. The promise is deceptively simple. We lift our hands in promise, then make a special handprint. It can be done by children and adults of all ages and by people who cannot read or write. Hands are an important global symbol of worship, of our pledge and action. And the handprints are also a visible message to pass on to our political leaders. And that's the last exciting part of Micah 2010. Our prayers and promise can have political clout. We aim to take the handprints to 1,000 MPs around the globe with a message about the goals that has local flavour and urgency. So, in Zambia, the message may be about primary schooling. In Argentina, it may be about deforestation. And in Germany, it could be about maternal and child health. Politicians need to hear that ordinary Christians, ordinary voters, care about poverty, care about integrity in government, and want to see promises kept. Now already Micah Challenge has the support of global prayer networks, youth networks, and denominations around the world that want to be a part of Micah 2010 on 10-10-10. So tell your church, your school, or your home group to put that date aside, 10-10-10, so we don't miss the chance to be a part of this global moment, to be like the prophet Micah, calling for justice, mercy, and humility. Let's not stay silent in the face of suffering. Let's act.